World War II, a time of chaos, destruction, and secrets. But what if I told you that Chiang Kai-shek had a hidden plan, one that shaped the course of modern China? Today, we're peeling back the layers of history to uncover the truth behind Chiang's wartime strategies, his calculated moves, his secret deals, and his ultimate vision for China. Was he a genius strategist, or a leader doomed by his own choices? Let's find out. Picture this. It's the 1930s, and China is already in turmoil. Years of civil war have weakened the nation. Warlords are acting like kings in their own territories. And on top of that, the growing communist movement led by Mao Zedong is challenging Chiang's authority. But just when things seem bad, Japan invades. It's a full-scale assault. Cities are bombed, millions are displaced, and Chiang Kai-shek finds himself facing an impossible challenge: how to defend China while also keeping control over his own fractured nation. Now, what would you do in his place? Surrender? Fight head-on? Or would you try something completely unexpected? Chiang Kai-shek hated the communists. He saw them as a bigger threat than even the Japanese. But in a surprising twist, he was forced to form an alliance with them. Yes, you heard that right. The nationalists and the communists, sworn enemies, joined forces under what became known as the United Front. But don't think for a second this was built on trust. Chiang didn't suddenly become best friends with Mao. No. This was pure strategy. He figured, let's fight the Japanese first, then we'll settle our differences later. And Mao? Well, he had his own ideas, waiting for the right moment to strike. It was a partnership of necessity, one that would change China forever. Chiang knew he couldn't fight Japan in a head-to-head war. The Japanese army was modern, well-equipped, and brutally efficient. So what did he do? He played the long game. He ordered a scorched earth strategy. It forced the Japanese to stretch their resources and slowed them down. But here's the dark side. Millions of innocent civilians suffered. People were left homeless, starving, desperate. It was a ruthless but calculated move, showing just how far Chiang was willing to go to weaken his enemies. With China in ruins and his forces struggling, Chiang needed help. When the US joined the war after Pearl Harbor, Chiang saw his golden opportunity. He secured massive amounts of financial and military aid, weapons, and even military advisors like General Vinegar Joe Stilwell. But here's the catch. The US wasn't just giving handouts. They wanted results. They wanted China to step up its fight against Japan. Chiang and Stilwell didn't exactly see eye to eye. Chiang had his own vision for how the war should be fought, and American frustration with his leadership grew. Was Chiang playing a clever diplomatic game? Or was he simply dragging his feet to maintain control? The answer depends on who you ask. By 1945, the war was over. Japan surrendered, and China, under Chiang's leadership, was on the winning side. Victory, right? Well, not so fast. The moment World War II ended, the alliance between the nationalists and communists collapsed. And this time, there was no temporary truce. It was all-out civil war. Mao and the communists had grown stronger, winning public support and military victories. Chiang, despite all his strategic moves during World War II, found himself losing ground. By 1949, it was over. Mao's forces took control of mainland China, and Chiang fled to Taiwan. His dream of ruling all of China was shattered. So, what do we make of Chiang Kai-shek's wartime strategy? Was he a brilliant tactician, using every trick in the book to survive an impossible war? Or did he make too many compromises, losing control of his own country in the process? One thing is for sure, without Chiang, China's role in World War II and even the world today would look very different. He fought against impossible odds, made ruthless choices, and left behind a complicated legacy. Now, I want to hear from you. Was Chiang a master strategist or a leader doomed by his own choices? Let's discuss in the comments. And don't forget, if you love history and epic war stories, hit that subscribe. See you next time.